Need computer training for a group or office? Contact us today to get a free demo of our training at www.teachucomp.com/enterprise-licensing.
You can access the options in OneNote to change operational aspects of the application. Now note that changing the default options in OneNote can change the default behavior of the program and therefore should only be performed by advanced users who thoroughly understand the options. In this lesson, we'll review some of the most commonly used options in OneNote. Some of these options have already been discussed at various points in the course in the context of their use within the application itself. You can access the default options in OneNote by clicking the File tab in the ribbon to enter Backstage View and then selecting the Options command in the lower left corner of the command panel. That will open up the OneNote Options dialog box. In this dialog box, you begin by clicking on the name of an option category shown in the list of categories at the left side of the window. The options that you can then set for the selected category will appear in the right pane of the window. Now note that many of the options are pretty self-explanatory. However, some of the options that may need some explanation appear in the Options section with a small I at the right end. And if you hold your mouse pointer over that I icon, a screen tip will appear that gives you a bit more information on the use of that particular option. If you click the General category, you can set options that can customize your user interface, set the default user information that's stored with documents, and set the default font. You can check or uncheck the checkboxes shown to enable or disable the features that are available. Also, you can customize your copy of OneNote by entering your username and initials into the text boxes provided here in the personalization area. If you click the Display category, you will see options that allow you to change how OneNote looks. You can check or uncheck the checkboxes here to do things like set page tabs to appear on the left, show note containers to appear on pages, and much more. If you click the Proofing category, you will see default proofing options. As you saw in the chapter on using the spelling tool, these options control the behavior of tools such as autocorrect and the spelling tool. You can check or uncheck the options here to change the settings used by these tools when proofing page content. If you click the Save and Backup category here, you will see options that allow you to change how notes are saved by default in OneNote. In the Save section, you can click to select the default locations for your Quick Notes or unfiled notes, Backup folder, and your notebook locations. You can then click the Modify button, and in the Select Folder dialog box, you just make your new selection, and then you can click Select. Go ahead and click Cancel for right now. Now also, in the Backup section, you can change the interval at which OneNote performs a backup of your notebooks in case of accidental loss, as well as how OneNote optimizes files in this Backup section. Now, if you want to perform an immediate backup without waiting for the next interval, you can click either the Backup Changed Files Now button or the Backup All Notebooks Now button just below it, which will save a backup to your default location. The Send to OneNote section on the left here allows you to control how OneNote integrates with Microsoft Outlook and other applications from which you send content to OneNote. Just use the various drop-downs to make your choices. The Audio and Video section below that contains the features related to how OneNote makes and plays audio and video recordings. For example, you can change the microphone used to create a recording in the Device drop-down of the Audio Recording Settings section. Now note at the bottom of the audio and video section is the function to enable searching audio and video recordings for words down here that we looked at earlier in the course. Remember that when checked, you'll be able to search recordings for specific words that are spoken. Now, if you click the language category on the left, you can set the display language used for editing, display, and help within the program. If you click the advanced category, you will see many of the advanced options for all categories. You can then set your options by using the checkboxes, but each set of advanced options is grouped together by subcategory at the right side of this panel. You can then check or uncheck the checkboxes to enable or disable any of the features that are shown. If you click the Customize Ribbon category that we looked at earlier, you can customize the ribbon by adding, renaming, or removing tabs, groups, and buttons from the ribbon. We also have the Quick Access Toolbar category where we can customize the Quick Access Toolbar by adding, renaming, or removing buttons, as we also saw in a previous lesson. If you click the Add-ins category, you can see external programs that are allowed to interact with OneNote. And finally, if you click the Trust Center, you can manage security settings for OneNote. Now, it's recommended that you do not change these settings. Once you have set your options, again, it will change the behavior of the program, but in the Trust Center especially, we really strongly recommend that you leave these as the default. But once you have all your settings that you would like in place, you can just click the OK button to set the new default options for OneNote.
Like what you see? Get a free demo of our training for groups of 5 or more at www.teachucomp.com/enterprise-licensing.